Now, late last week, Valve Dev sent out the largest update alongside blog post I've ever seen for any Valve title. It's just this time around, it was for DeadLock. DeadLock will still be an early build of the game, not a full release, received this set update with brand new content, anti-cheat measures, and a bunch more. Now, I'm by no means upset or mad. If anything, I'm jealous as a Counter-Strike player and happy as a DeadLock player. For the last 10 plus years, CS players have been begging for the communication, content, and additions, and anti-cheat that DeadLock has pretty much seen overnight. Yes, DeadLock is a new game, it's a new IP, so Valve has to pump a lot into it for it to gain traction, get new and old players from other Valve titles attention, and you could only assume the rest. But as Counter-Strike is now a 25-year-old community, is communication in the modern day really too much to ask for? And that's long before content and any detailed updates. Today's video, we're going to break down the situation with DeadLock versus Counter-Strike 2, why the devs are more focused on what seems to be anything but Counter-Strike, and how CS2 could see similar updates to what DeadLock saw last week. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CS2 trading site for all your skin needs. Whether you're choosing to deposit your in-game items or real-life cash, SkinsMonkey has it all. If you choose to trade yet need to top up your balance, you can do so by also using my code MANDO for a free $5. Alongside depositing, you get an additional 35% of a deposit bonus. With SkinsMonkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, the link will be in the top of the description down below. Now, firstly for today's video is the massive surprise to the DeadLock community. Like I previously mentioned, this is the single largest update that I've ever seen to any Valve game, and CS2 is also included there. We thought we had a great in the limited test, getting 5 to 6 gigabyte updates a day, sometimes twice a day. Well, that's comparing nothing to everything for DeadLock. DeadLock last night received bug fixes for days, fixes, changes, and tweaks to every in-game character, the map, overall quality of life updates, but most notably a new anti-cheat measure. Now, for those of you who don't know, Valve devs have gone as far as to make a full-on Discord community just for DeadLock, and you can have a one-way communication with a lot of the devs. Now, players of DeadLock asked some of the devs if the game will ever get an anti-cheat. Now, I myself was more so thinking that the game probably wouldn't have it until its launch, but no, as of late last night, DeadLock now has the feature where when you're in-game and the game discovers a cheater inside, everyone in the match has the ability to vote whether to kick and ban that person immediately or turn them into a frog temporarily. With zero abilities and not able to sprint, pretty much being spat on by everyone in the game. This also points out the cheater of being a very heavy burden for their team and hated by the community, and hopefully they just wouldn't return to the game. Now, after this update was released, the CS community on Twitter, let alone pretty much all social media and even my comment section, has gone wild, and in my opinion, it was for a very good reason. CS2 has now officially been out for a year, having 1 million players plus a day, $100 million a month just in case revenue alone, but maybe that's the reason we've had the lack of content in this last year. The devs could possibly see the game as if it ain't broke, then why should they fix it or really add anything new? But it's also been said, based off the community's reaction for Counter-Strike last night, is the exact reason a lot of devs tend to stay away from CS2, because if they update the game, large, small, or medium-sized patches, let alone content, it's always hated in some sort of fashion by us, the players, and well, I can agree with that. It's just never going to live up to the expectation and hype we all have. CS2, in my opinion, just needs the content that's missing from CSGO and the major fixes to the bugs that are new and have been around since launch, and also to fix things such as the hit registration, shooting, where as of right now, compared to CSGO, it's complete and utter trash still 1 year later. Players are upset in the Counter-Strike community, let alone other Valve titles as well, because this could have and should have been a feature from the start, where as of right now, it's still not in the game 1 whole year later, especially making as much money as Counter-Strike brings in for Valve. I think it's pretty simple. At the end of the day, most players in the CS community just want communication. If something's not ready, tell us. If something is ready, well, tell us something's coming soon. But because most of the devs at Valve can work on what they want when they want, they can choose to work on Counter-Strike and then go work on Half-Life 3, back to TF2, and then make a new website for some sort of software. Now, this recent tweet from Ren FPS, I think best explains this current Counter-Strike situation. And he said zero communication from Counter-Strike was fine when they had their stuff on lock, that being with CSGO. You could go and get the radio silence for a while, but you knew the gameplay was always going to be good, which I completely 100% agree with. Right now, everything kind of sucks, and we have no communication that it's being worked on, specifically being Counter-Strike 2. Now, I think myself and a lot of you guys in today's video, which was why I'm bringing this up, will agree with this tweet. You know, a lot of people compare CS2 to CSGO, saying CSGO with updates and communication was a lot better, when in reality it was much worse than it is in Counter-Strike 2. But even if we went a year or 2 years or 3 years without any sort of major additions of content, we always knew in the back burner that something was being worked on with Source 2, and even if that never saw the light of day, Counter-Strike Global Offensive was always in a pretty good point. There was different game modes to choose from with maps, modes, and features as well, but also the game was just solid. The game ran pretty well, you couldn't optimize it any more than it was in a 20-year-old engine, and the gameplay was just crisp, clean, and peak. Now, stepping away from the community versus Valve, I now want to discuss what was planned to release next, that being 4CS, which also takes us to a recent post from GameFollower, being last night after this most recent DeadLock update. Now, he said in a tweet, ex-Valve dev shared a similar anti-cheat feature that was once considered for Counter-Strike, but instead of a frog, cheaters would turn into chickens. It was called the FU surprise mode. Now, players are and have been thinking that the current CS2 Twitter banner that's been around for months, I just want to disclose that, is pointing to Valve maybe having this inside CS2 very soon, but as chicken. Now, the question is, will this ever happen, and what's next for Counter-Strike 2? Where do the devs plan on taking Counter-Strike, as the community community's current state is also being starved for something new. Now, the simple answer to this is the devs could just possibly add and have better communication with us, the players. Right now, for many, acknowledgement is just what all players want. They just want to know Counter-Strike is being fixed, it's being worked on, and that would calm a lot of people down. Let me know what you guys think down below. Have you guys tried out DeadLock? Have you tried out this new update? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.